My ethnicity is important to me above my sexuality, because my sexuality can be absorbed in any ethnic setting, in any cultural environment, but my ethnicity is something that's quite specific to me and to the region that I and my family come from. I'm happy with who I am in my religious beliefs, practices, my ethnic identity. There's no issue whatsoever from me. However, the approach that needs to change is from the ethnic majority community. They need to also understand some of the things that they say are actually pretty offensive. I have felt racially discriminated against while out on the gay scene from venues and places that me and my friends have tried to gain entry to, but we've been told that it's members only. There has been one other situation when we were trying to get into a venue that there was an LGBT person that said, "I didn't know we were going to a mosque today." Other times there's staff or other people that in my impression discriminate whether you're not being served in the same way as somebody else would be, for example, or when you have people that speak very loudly and slowly to sort of ensure that their English is understood by me. The clientele that are there aren't really comfortable or happy with non-white LGBT people being at that particular venue. The issue that becomes apparent is that clubs are there to make money, and there are some clubs that sort of don't really care what happens. Their issue is that drinks are flowing from the bar, and that's probably the be-all and end-all of it, to be honest, for most of them. And that troublemakers are kept out, and that includes Asian people. There was an incident several years ago while me and other group members of Iman were marching at London Pride. Other gay marchers came up to us and said, "I didn't know we were marching with terrorists today." And that was a Pride Day, Pride March that we'd got ready to participate in to celebrate our ethnicity and sexuality with the rest of the community and, in fact, the rest of the world. Yet there were other LGBT people that felt it was necessary, or perhaps even humorous, to make such comments, but in fact it was pretty offensive. I think the ethnic majority community is aware of their discriminating behaviour. I think they also choose not to accept their behaviour patterns, and they accept not to change anything either. It's very easy to get bogged down, and it's very easy to sort of say, well, why, it's all my fault, or etc. And it clearly isn't. It's not my issue, it's their issue, and it's something that they need to deal with. I have reported one incident to an organisation called Gallup, and they'd been very, very helpful in taking the report from me, making note of it, and getting in touch with the relevant venues to inform them of the situation. No crime had been committed, so it's not a police matter. But it's an awareness raising issue that needs to be done. Whether you can find the person, whether the police will take any action, is entirely a different matter. And somebody doing something at the Pride March is taken pretty seriously, especially when there are other LGBT people that are willing to stand with you and to actually stand in solidarity with you, and they are the ones that will actually stand against such bigots as well. Being who I am is one part of me. Another part of being human being is being part of a community and being part of a wider spectrum of people. We can rely on legal powers to be able to make sure that we're not discriminated against, to make sure that we can have civil partnerships, to make sure that we can inherit our partner's estate. I mean, that's for the long term, but for younger people, there are different things. So there are community groups like Iman, like Dost, like Big Up, lots of other organisations that are set up for them to access that weren't there. They have the benefit of drawing on some of our experiences and using some of the resources and that we've set up for them to use, so that they don't experience perhaps the isolation, perhaps the difficulties that we've experienced. It's very important to celebrate our identities together across the board, across the different racial, across the different BME LGBT people and the ethnic majority Caucasian white LGBT people as well. It's very important for us to stand together, because at the end of the day we need to make sure that we're unified and we show a unified front. Even if there are issues amongst us in the community, this is stuff that that is to be dealt with and can be dealt with as well. And we will only learn from each other, and we will teach other people as well by interacting with other people. People will learn from our behavior and the way we interact with them, about our civility, about our humanity, about our friendship, and about the way we love as well.